guide YouTubers. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a new virtual desktop on Windows 11. So let's begin. What are virtual desktop in Windows 11? The desktop is the main workspace of your Windows 11 computer. It's made up primarily of a taskbar where you can run and switch between apps, and the desktop area where you can place files, folders, and app shortcuts. The default Windows 11 configuration includes a single desktop for each user, but it also allows a user to create additional virtual desktop. The virtual desktops that you can create in Windows 11 work a little differently from the way each Windows user has their own unique desktop. When you create a virtual desktop, the files and shortcuts you have stored on the desktop don't change. You can change the background wallpaper of individual virtual desktop, but they will all still have the same folders, files, and shortcuts. Why make a virtual desktop in Windows 11? The main purpose of a virtual desktop is to separate your apps. For example, if you are currently working on multiple tasks that use different apps, you can separate out your apps based on task and have one desktop devoted to each task. You could also have one desktop that's dedicated to work, another dedicated to games and leisure activities, a desktop that only has your social apps or whatever works for you. Since it is so easy to make and delete desktop in Windows 11, you are free to make one whenever you want it, for whatever reason you need, and then delete it when you are done. Virtual desktop remain even after shutting down your computer thought, so you can keep them around in the configuration that work best if you do find them useful. So, how to create a new desktop on Windows 11? Virtual desktop are managed through the task view function in Windows 11. In addition to managing virtual desktop, task view also provides an overview of all the apps that are grouped under your current desktop. Here is how to create a new virtual desktop on Windows 11. Click the task view icon, the black square with a transparent square over it on your taskbar. If you don't see the task view icon, go to Settings. Then Personalization. Then Taskbar. Then turn on Task View. If you turn it off, turn it on. So click the new desktop, the thumbnail of the new desktop. By default, the new desktop will be titled Desktop 2, Desktop 3, Desktop 4, etc. Your view will switch to the new virtual desktop. A new desktop on Windows, the desktop will have the same icons as the main desktop, but there won't be any active apps on the taskbar until you move something to the new desktop or open a new app. To switch back to your original desktop, click or move your mouse over the task view and select the desktop one thumbnails. You can also swap between desktop by pressing Windows Control Left, Windows Control Left, or Windows Control Right to switch between the the desktop. Virtual desktop are useful for grouping different sets of apps for different group purposes, but those purposes are not always permanent. When a virtual desktop is no longer needed, you can remove it through the task view function. Here is how to delete a virtual desktop when you are done with it. Click the task view icon on your taskbar. The task view icon, a black square with transparent square over it highlighted will open. Move your mouse over the desktop thumbnail that corresponds to desktop you want to remove. In my example desktop number 2, click the X in the upper right corner of the desktop thumbnails. Removing a desktop doesn't close the apps that were grouped under that desktop. Apps from the closed desktop will shift to one of your remaining desktops. So that's the end of the video. If you like it, hit the like button. Do me a favor and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. I hope you are doing well, guys. See you soon at the following tutorials. Bye.